Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm having like a really bad like makeup, hair, everything day. Also like it's that time of the month, so I'm just like extra uncomfortable, you know? So I am just going to forewarn you, this is a sponsored video. The company did send the product to me to test out and review for you guys. So I'm going to always be 100% honest with my reviews. I hope you guys know that, and in case you didn't, now you do. I am someone who believes in like 100% honesty. Like obviously on YouTube there's a ton of sponsorships now. Like some of your favorite YouTubers, as you may know, probably do sponsored videos. And I know it can get kind of annoying if it's like super excessive. And this is like the first one I think that I've done in like a really long time. I don't remember the last one that I did. And there will be a link in the description box down below, and it is a special link. It doesn't like get me anything. It's literally just for them to track how many people found their product through my video. You're welcome to click on that link, or you can just type in luminessair.com. Doesn't bother me whatsoever, but it would really help them out if you just click the link down below. Also, before I get started, they did give me a discount code, so I'll put that on the screen, but I'll also list it right under the link down in the description box, so you can just copy and paste it if you decide to pick something up, because it's like a long number, so I couldn't really remember it. But yeah, I'll put it on the screen as well for you. Today I'm going to be reviewing an airbrush system, and it is by Luminess Air, as you probably already heard me say like 3 times. But this is just the starter kit. I didn't keep like the big box, but of course I have the system like right behind me. So yeah, it's just a starter kit, and inside you can see it comes with all of the liquids. So you have a primer in here, a blush. This is like an airbrush glow like luminizer, and then I believe 2 shades of foundation, or I think maybe one is like bronzer, because I feel like this is just like super dark. Honestly, they both looked super dark at first when I like first got them, and as we know, I'm very, very fair. And then of course it comes with the airbrush system itself. I just chose the icy blue color. They have several different colors on the website if you guys are interested in that. It's super easy to use, and it comes with like a little stand that you can just stick this in on the side. Super, super simple. And yeah, it looks really professional, looks really nice. I'd say it's definitely easy to travel with if you are like a professional makeup artist, if you have a lot of clients, and this is something that you were interested in. I think it's really easy to travel with. So I'm kind of like torn on this product because I used it today and it actually covered pretty well, but the first couple of times that I used it, I was really just like not thrilled with it, because I was kind of thinking, oh, airbrush system, it's going to make my face look flawless, it's going to cover up everything, because at the time, and still right now, because like I said, it's that time of the month, but I am breaking out on my chin. I have some scars from a couple of like really bad breakouts like from months ago, so obviously I was kind of expecting it to cover everything. Like right now, for example, obviously it's my face, and like I know where my problem areas are, so if you're looking at me for the first time, or like we're in person and we're not obviously in front of studio lights, you might not be able to see them. I can still see like all of my like little scars and little like breakouts coming. Also, weird fact, but it plays into the usage of the product. When I flush, I'm very fair skinned obviously, but whenever I flush, my cheeks get red in like a C shape. It's the strangest thing. So like I'll get red right through here, like right through here, but this area of my like cheek stays white, like doesn't turn whatsoever. It's like, it's almost like I'm so red that I'm like white hot. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I don't know what was going on that day. I don't think I was like embarrassed by anything, but my face was flushed, and you could still see like up here, like it was covered. It was fine because obviously I'm wearing a highlighter and a blush and a little bit of bronzer, so that's fine. But down here, it was still like you could still see like patchy redness through the airbrush. So I was just like, my foundation normally covers that. So I was just like a little meh about it. Again, a simple solution might just be to put a little bit of concealer where you want like extra coverage on your face before using the airbrush system. Also, I want to make note of the fact that I'm very blessed to have very clear skin. I've never suffered with acne or severe acne scarring, so maybe if somebody who has more problematic skin like is looking into something like this, I don't know that it would be for you, like, because you'd still have to really conceal like every problem area just to make sure that you really cover up the redness, because I feel like, also I can't really say because I've never tried it on, you know, problematic skin, but, and I don't have it to try it on, but I just don't know if this would fully cover it. And it is kind of an expensive system. I think the average amount on their website is like $250 if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it's kind of a chunk of cash to put your hopes in that, you know, maybe this will, you know, really conceal breakouts and things like that. Also, before I started like talking, I had like a little itch or something on my nose and I went to scratch it and I was being delicate, but I noticed the product was kind of rubbing away. And the first couple of times that I wore it, like I said, it does come with a primer, and I think it actually recommends that. I think they might have like an airbrush moisturizer, but I just used my Holy Grail First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I use that stuff day and night. It's my favorite. But I went ahead and just used their primer, and I will say, because the first time I used it, I used the Luminess Air Primer, and I noticed that it wasn't really filling in or like covering up my pores. Like my pores on my nose, like if you are up close and personal with me, you can see every pore, and most of the time you can't because I'm using a really nice primer, and then I'm also using a beauty blender and a foundation to kind of dab that in. So most of the time that's pretty much covered up, but I noticed with just the primer, the Luminess Air Primer, and the Luminess Air Foundation, it wasn't covering my pores the way I wanted them to. So of course the next solution I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe if I use one of my own primers, you know, like a pore filling primer. So the second time I used a drugstore primer because I was just sitting around the house. I wasn't going to be going anywhere or you know, exuding a lot of energy. So I used the Baby Skin Maybelline primer because it kind of got that silicone like texture. So I knew that it was going to help kind of fill in and smooth my face over. So I used that in my T-zone, just, you know, the general areas that you apply primer. And then I used the airbrush foundation, of course. And the foundation definitely wore off 10 times faster using the drugstore primer. So I think it's highly recommended that you use the Luminess Air Primer with the foundation because they're a match made in heaven together, and separate, at least with the Maybelline like primer, it did not last like nearly as long. I feel like I sound kind of like negative, like I'm only saying like bad things about it, but which is why I was kind of dreading making this video, but I want to be completely upfront and honest with you guys. But I do have a couple cool things to say about it. I will say that it's super fast. Like you can get your foundation done super quick and easy. So if you're somebody who, you know, wants to get things done quicker, mind you, most people watching this are probably makeup gurus, like addicts like myself, who I personally like schedule time out of my day to make sure that I can sit down and do my makeup and, you know, do it to my liking. It does get things done a lot quicker. The blush is like, the blush in the starter kit is super pigmented, so be careful because you will see it on your cheeks. But the coolest thing about this, like that I've noticed using it, is it looks so natural. Like I haven't seen a foundation yet, like even my Holy Grail foundation doesn't look super natural. Like, I mean, it looks nice, but it doesn't look like my skin, whereas this actually looks like my skin, and you don't really feel like you're wearing anything, and it doesn't really look like you're wearing anything, which is wonderful. Like the blush is the first thing that I noticed because whenever I was applying it, it looked like my face was just like naturally flushed right there. It was crazy because there's no like sheen to it, which I'm fine with, and it just looks like it's just your skin. Like it doesn't look like you have any powder or makeup on at all, obviously, because it's airbrush. So yeah, but it is super pigmented, so be careful with that because you can end up looking like a clown very easily. So I definitely didn't intend on talking this long. My camera says it's been like 23 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I do want to say a huge thank you to Luminess Air for sending me the airbrush kit. It was really awesome working with you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Again, the link for the airbrush kit will be in the description down below, as well as a discount code. So yeah, check out the website, see what's on there. Hopefully this helped you guys if you guys were looking for a review on this, or you were curious about an airbrush system. Hopefully this helped somebody out there with their decision. Subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!